morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV. Listen, I wanted to come back to let you all know he's staying in jail. He's staying in jail. He's staying in jail. He's staying in his jail. His bond has not worked. His bond appeal has not worked. He's staying in jail. So, Diddy yesterday. Remember the day before yesterday, he was arrested. Yesterday, he had his initial bond hearing. The judge denied the bond, so he was going to stay in jail. He appealed it today, and the judge has looked back over the evidence and said no. And the biggest thing that the judge was talking about was the fact of witness tampering and obstruction of justice. That he has been on a campaign. Sean Diddy Combs has been on a campaign for that. So I'm just going to go over and read what NBC News is reporting. Says here, Sean Diddy Combs is written by, it doesn't say. Sean Diddy Combs will not be released from jail. Judge in a bail hearing appeal rules. And this is by David K. Lee. Accused sex trafficker Sean Diddy Combs will not be released on bail. A second judge ruled Wednesday because, there was one judge and then the second judge. His legal team has had appealed for his pretrial freedom from horrific jail conditions after a judge Tuesday determined that music mogul should remain detained while awaiting trial. So he went back today trying to figure, restructuring his bond package. And I did show you all that bond package that he had. He was trying to restructure it. And the judge was not going for that. The judge was not going for that. This was the initial proposed package. And I read that on my live. This was the initial proposed package. He supposedly had restructured it, and still the judge was not going for it. He restructured some things. He even talked about getting a security team to follow him, at his expense. But, I guess the court would be over that, to have a security team. Also that he wouldn't be talking to any female, to what did he say? Any female members of the society. I guess he was going to just talk to the male members of the society, not the female members of the society. Makes no sense. But he had put all these other stipulations and stuff like that. And the judge was like, no. And again, the biggest issue that they had with this was the fact of him talking to potential witnesses, going over some stuff like that. Because remember, there are a lot of people in his inner circle that are now considered to be witnesses. So let's continue reading this article. Accused sex trafficker Sean Diddy Combs will not be released on bail. A second judge ruled Wednesday afternoon. His legal team had appealed for his pretrial freedom from horrific jail conditions after a judge Tuesday determined that music mogul should remain detained while awaiting trial. Let's get down here to Wednesday. And so they were trying to use the fact that Brooklyn detention center has a lot of issues going on. You remember one time, what was it? A couple of years ago or a few years ago, you remember when Yandy was at the jailhouse? Because I think Mendices was in there, but then this may have been longer than that. There was a cold snap and they didn't have any electricity or any heat going. Any heat going on in there. They were freezing. And then, you had like Epstein in there that supposedly pruned himself from a timeline in there. There have been assaults and all kinds of things going on in that jail cell. So they were saying that he didn't feel safe. He doesn't feel safe there. Well, it's jail. No one should feel safe in jail. At Wednesday's hearing, counsel for Combs asked the judge if they would consider a transfer to another facility in Essex County, New Jersey. The judge asked the defense to file an issue on the question of location by September 23rd. So maybe they'll get him moved to New Jersey. The judge set the case's next status hearing for October 9th. The defense would not agree to try the case in November. This is interesting. So is the prosecution ready? Is the prosecution ready to try this case in November? This is interesting. Let's continue. A loud sigh was heard in the courtroom Wednesday when Combs was again denied bail, but it was unclear from whom. Combs' family, including his three sons, were in the second row of the courtroom Wednesday. Upon entering the room before the trial, he waved to his family. He looked back at them when he was being taken away after the hearing concluded. Combs hardly looked at prosecutors as they made their case. At times, he shook his head, but largely remained stone faced. And see, again, feds, it's all right if you don't want to do, but at least let us have audio. At the least, let us have audio in the courtroom. Audio, if you don't want us to see the witnesses and you don't want us to see all that stuff, at least let us have the audio. Combs' defense team argued that he fits the profile of a defendant who shouldn't be remanded into pretrial custody. His team argued that he shouldn't be subjected to rough conditions at a federal lockup in New York City, citing murders and soup prunings from the timeline have occurred there in recent years. Courts have recognized that the conditions at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn are not fit for pretrial detention, defense lawyer Mark Agnafilo wrote in a letter to the judge. I would love to see that letter to see what he wrote to the judge. Numerous courts in this district have raised concerns with the horrific conditions at the detention center. The government argues that Combs is a threat to the community based on alleged violence acts detailed in the indictment and a flight risk because of his immense wealth. The defendant's behavior illustrates that the defense team cannot control their client, according to a government memo filed with the court Wednesday. That's going to be interesting too. I'm going to try to get a copy of that. The defendant's behavior illustrates the defense. Okay. Prosecutors highlighted Judge Robin Tanofsky's comment while denying bail on Tuesday, saying Combs' history of drug abuse and access to weapons make him a danger. Baby. Tanofsky told Combs his prior substance abuse and the fact that the alleged violence seems to occur in hand with times when you are not necessarily in control of your action because of that substance abuse. Your lawyer asked me to trust you and to trust him, and I don't know that I think I can trust you. Wow. 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 So nope. He's staying in jail. He's staying in jail. He's staying in jail until the trial. So looks like I saw, remember in that article, we did see where the prosecution was trying to see if they were going to be ready by November. Oh, we'll see. Because I'm quite sure he's going to want to go to trial as quickly as possible because he doesn't want to sit in jail for that long. Are they going to repeal it again? Don't know. Don't know. But just a really quick video to let you all know that he is staying in jail. He's not coming out. He's not coming out. What do y'all think about this? Y'all leave comments down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell a coworker, tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos, y'all. And as always, people, bye-bye.